Good morning, guys. It's a cloudy Tuesday morning, and this is a London Loop day one. So, I've been wanting to do the London Loop for a long time now. I've been planning it for ages. I'm actually starting my journey at South Tottenham. I've been planning it for ages, actually. In fact, the idea itself came to me during the lockdown. So yeah, I planned my route and everything, but just never had the chance to do it. Then obviously being back at work and traveling and being busy meant I couldn't actually complete it at all. So I decided that this summer break, because I'm off work, I'm actually going to do the entire loop in 10 days and yeah, complete it as quick as possible, really. So the plan today is I'm going to be I'm doing it in reverse for a strange reason. The plan is to complete sections 22, 23 and 24 today. So I'm starting at Purfleet in practically near Kent and walking up to Harrow Wood. So it should take me about 4 or 5 hours to do it. I'm having a relaxing one, so it might take me a bit longer. I might stop there for a couple of breaks as well, so that's the plan. Obviously, the thing about London Loop is it's planned with public transport in mind, because I looked at the TfL routes. I've looked at some other people who've done it before and used the same routes they've done as well. So it's getting there first to start it, then starting it from there. So it's going to take me about an hour to get to Purfleet. Then we're going to start our journey from there. So yeah, that's that. Currently waiting for a train to get to Barking so I can get another train to get to where I need to go. Then I will be officially starting my day one of London Loop. So made it to Barking. Now I got to catch one more train from here to get to Purfleet and I can start my hike from there. So the train's about another 10-minute wait, then it's another 10-minute journey to get to where I need to get to. Surprisingly, the trains are actually running today, because the last time I did a similar hike from Rain and Marshes, trains weren't running. I had to get a bus and walk, and it was a bit nuts. But at least today, all the C2C trains are running, the underground's running, the overground's running. Practically everything today is running.
C2C rail service to Grays, calling at Dagenham Dock, Raynham, Purfleet and Grays.
So, finally made my change. I'm on the train to Purfleet now. Quite a lot of the train is empty, as you can see. Got a nice view as well. So yeah, let's head down to Purfleet and then we can officially start our hike from there. This train is absolutely empty actually, so I am coming up to my station where I need to get off, which is Purfleet, and I'm going to be then starting the hike from there, really. It's strange because I've never taken this route before, so it is what it is. It's a strange and odd one. So yeah, that's that. It is what it is. Behind me is the first official London Loop sign, so starting at the end of section 24 and walking up to section 22. So yeah, that's the plan today. We are heading in that direction. Okay, we've officially entered Rainham Marshes now. It is a nature reserve, it's quite nice. There's plenty of signs there so we know where we're going. Luckily for me, I've already walked this stretch before, so I'm just going to crack on with it till I get to the other side. Oh, it's such a relaxing way to do this walk. I looked at the weather, it did say it's going to be about 28 to 30 degrees. I can feel the humidity because I am by the river. There's a lovely breeze, so this is going to make the entire walk quite relaxing actually. So yeah, the plan is to film as much as possible. I do want to keep the entire video to about 30 minutes because I don't want it to be a long one. So film at interesting spots, talk about the way itself. I guess this is one of the most scenic ones I'll be doing because after this I'm looking away from the river. As you can see, the sun's actually out now. Yeah, it's quite bright actually. So yeah, I'm going to be stopping at certain spots, filming, documenting things, and just going to crack on really, because once I reach Rainham, then the bit between Rainham and Upminster Bridge is quite sort of suburban, and then you've got the from there to Harrowwood, which is also very sort of suburban. So yeah, I'm going to make the most out of the nature while I can here, and go from there really. Right, you get a much clearer view of the Dartford Bridge in the background there. Now, like I said, I need to go over and cross the path. It looks like there is a slightly different entrance / exit through this little gate over here. There's a car park, so it makes perfect sense to use this. There's also a sign that goes parking, even though people are parked in there, so I can see that here. I'm also taking the national cycling route, so it's really straightforward. So this part I'm walking, which is part of the London Loop part, I've never explored before. It runs right on the edge of the River Thames, heading into Rainham, then obviously through into London. But on the opposite end, which is where Erith and Belvedere is, and obviously you can see some cruise ships in the background as well, it's an area that I've never explored before actually. I've never been to that part of, should I say, southeast London. So in about 3 weeks time when I do get there, that'll be a nice little discovery. It's a good way to end a 3 week long hike, I guess. But yeah, let's carry on walking. I feel like things are going to get a bit more industrial right now. Wind's picked up a bit, and I'm walking past this very eerie looking docks. Obviously, years ago this used to be quite an industrial area where all the ships used to come in. They still do, but the actual docks have been moved out to Tilbury. But this is the remnants of the old shipping trade in London, I guess. And also a much clearer view of the bridge here. Alright, as I said earlier, you can see there is some sort of demolition happening. So I did say it was a landfill. Looks like it is a landfill with some sort of demolition or recycling facility, hence why the loud noise. A ton of you know, cranes and bulldozers and stuff, but that's fine because our route ahead is lovely and clear, and you can see it's heading in that direction there. So we're going to carry on walking. Bring this up, squeeze through there, and away we go. Now, this is what I call an edgeland feeling. You are literally at the edge of London. There's construction and recycling and breaking things down. On the other side you've got the River Thames sort of flowing into the North Sea, I guess, or not necessarily into the North Sea, but flowing in that direction. And yeah, it's a very eerie feeling place actually. So first sign in ages. This is telling us where we need to go. So far there's a little lighthouse thing. There's I guess it's there too. People on the edge and everything. So yeah, that's that. Now, yeah, we're going to carry on walking now. It's also nice to see quite a lot of cyclists using this path, because as far as I know, it is an actual national cycling path. So one day, in the future maybe, after doing the entire London Loop on foot, I guess I might just do it on a bike. That can easily be done in 5 days, or less than 5 days if I'm doing stupid distances every day though. But if I do 5 days, I'll have to do just over 50k a day, which is actually quite decent on the bike. So yeah, plan for the future. Alright, it's come to a point where I need to make sure I cross the road very carefully, because there's a huge sign saying it's a public footpath, but there are quite a few lorries coming through, so I need to cross very carefully. Yep, cross safely to the other side. That wasn't too bad actually. And some sort of like docks. You've got working boats in the background. So that over there. We're going to carry on walking in that direction. What? That direction. Right, it looks like I found my perfect riverside spot to have a quick lunch and charge up the devices and myself, and then I can head back in that direction where it looks a bit more industrial. So I'm sort of like 10% into my walk so far, so yeah, just still at the start, plenty more walking to do. Alright, just had a short lunch break. When I say short, it's about 20 minutes. That was more than enough for me to sit down and relax, stretch my legs, have a lovely sandwich and an apple. I feel like I'm all fueled up and ready to go. Now it is to continue with my walk. Now I'm not far from Rainham, so I'm literally about an hour away from Rainham. So when I get to Rainham, I would have completed section 22. Then I'll be starting section 24. Then I'll be starting section 23 and 22 afterwards. So it should be a pretty straightforward one. The only reason I'm stopping and starting is because it's quite scenic around here, so I am stopping. But as soon as I get into, I guess, the suburban areas and the other bits, it would be just me sort of cracking on with it really. So yeah, that's that. Let's carry on walking. So there are a ton of old barges ahead of me. Let me just walk further up this path and turn around and show you what I mean by that. Old work barges over there. They've been there for quite a long time now though, but we'll have a closer look when we get there. So yeah, barges have been sitting there for a while. There's left on the edge of the path. Should I be worried? Probably, but probably not. But I'm just going to be cautious just in case. Right, here's a closer look at the barges I was talking about earlier. Quite a few of them actually. So the wind's picked up again. It's nice and breezy now, and I can see a few more different signs popping up. I've seen about 5 different London Loop signs already, which is a good sign. I'm guessing signs a good sign. Now we can see that this is directing us to go this way. So I'm not too sure what GPS is in the right direction and follow that path. Let's go. So things have got very industrial, very scary, not scary, eerie very quickly. I feel like I'm walking right on the edge of the path over here, which is the actual route. So yeah, we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on with caution, should I say. Hopefully it should be fine. This is the thing about exploring new routes. You never know where you're going, so you do need to approach with caution. But also, it's rather adventurous, so you sort of go with the flow, really. That was definitely a strange experience because it was a bit scary, but I knew this will happen throughout the London Loop because it does sort of go around the edgelands of London, so through industrial areas and industrial estates and old, I don't know, docklands and shipyards and all sorts. So yeah, it wasn't what I expected, but I knew I was going to expect something along the lines of that. Now we're back onto sort of industrial Rainham now. I'm still taking the path because there's a section where I need to turn and then head into Rainham town so I can carry on with the walk. In the meantime, I'm going to make the most out of walking by the seaside and enjoy it, I guess. So apparently it's the end of the cycle route. We're taking a step back from the riverside and walking through an industrial estate. Yeah, I'm just going to follow that path really. So we've come out of the industrial estate. I am walking alongside a very busy road with loads of trucks and lorries and vans, and we're going to be entering the other end of Rainham Marshes now and take a little path through there to get to Rainham. So yeah, it should be pretty straightforward from here. That last section was pretty industrial and it wasn't very scenic at all, and it was quite loud. Even though I'm still walking parallel to a busy and loud road, I am actually taking a nice sort of nature path, should I say. So this path leads me straight to Rainham Station, where I would have completed the entire section 24 of the London Loop. Then I can take another short break, have a look at the map ahead, and attempt to complete section 23. So let's go. I'm walking up to Rainham Station. It's been a nice long walk so far. Obviously, that's only a very short section of my entire walk. I think I've done about 10 something K, maybe less, I'm not too sure. Section 23 starts at Rainham and goes all the way up to Upminster Bridge. As far as I'm aware, most of that walk is through parks and sort of nature areas. They should be quite relaxing as well. I know I should be able to complete this distance. It's only about 24k, and I've done 24k before. I feel like because the weather is a bit grey and gloomy, I just feel like, oh, it's been such a long walk though, even though it hasn't been. So what I need to do is I just need to push myself and get on with it. Okay, now section 24 of London Loop is officially over. I just need to cross over to the other side now. Let's go. We need to cross this over. So it took a while to cross over to the other side. The railway crossing wasn't open, so I had to climb over the footbridge and cross over, but we're doing section 23 now. I am so glad to say that I am off the main road. We're taking a nice sort of nature reserve route, heading towards Upminster Bridge. I think I'm walking through Ingerbourne Hill, if I'm saying it correctly. Yeah, it's going to be quite scenic, it's going to be serene, and it's just going to be peaceful. That's exactly what I need, and I'm just going to make up all the distance I've lost by walking in a slightly faster pace. So this is Ingerbourne Valley, or hill should I say, and compared to the path earlier, it's actually quite nice, and I am literally following this all the way up to Upminster Bridge, where I will be finishing section number 23. So far so good, plenty of energy left, just need to crack on. Might have to bring the bike here one of these days. It looks really good. It looks very autumnal in this area, quite beautiful actually, and incredibly quiet, which is really nice. So for the last sort of 20 minutes I've been walking through Ingerbourne Hill and Valley. Never been to this part of London before, which is nice because it's nice to explore something new. There's a lovely lake over here. I'm going to go check out that lake in a minute. I feel like this is a great spot for me to have a quick short break before I head off and continue with my hike. So let's go and explore this lake really quickly. Now, that was a lovely short break. The ducks by the lake kept me company. That was quite nice actually. Now, we're just going to carry on and walk, pick up the pace, I'm starting to feel a bit tired now because I've done about 12k so far and I've got another 10k to go, but we just need to push on really. So came across a few interesting things. There was a few, well, when I say few, there was one pillbox and a couple of other World War II related things in this area, which is quite nice to explore. Never come across one of those in my walks before, actually. So yeah, that was interesting and intriguing. We're climbing uphill now, so yeah, slightly out of breath, but we are at the top of the hill now, and we're going to carry on. Let's go. So this is the Ingerbourne Marshes wetland. It's a bit dry at the moment because it is quite dry summer. Hopefully when it rains we'll be back to its normal habitat. It's a lovely little stream running down. And we're going in this direction. So, still walking in the Ingerbourne Valley. Now there was a lovely little visitor centre that I wanted to stop by, but if I did I would have taken another long break. So I decided to quickly have a 5-minute break, have some water and carry on. Now we are sort of like 2/3 of the way to a hike now. We just need to crack on and carry on walking really. Yeah, the sun's warming up a bit, which is quite nice, but the breeze has stopped, so I am warming up a little bit though. But hopefully further along the line the breeze will pick up and it will be nice and cool again, I guess. Looks like there's some controlled burning going on over here. I might have read about this a couple of weeks ago because it is getting to the point where it is overheating and dry and it would eventually catch on fire, so they do actually burn it to stop it from happening. So I'm assuming that's the case and it hasn't actually been, you know, caught on fire or anything like that. There's a lovely little stream running alongside. Now I'm about just half hour away from Upminster Bridge, so in about half an hour's time, maybe 45 minutes depending on how fast or slow I'm walking, I would have completed section 23 and I would be starting section 22, which is the last section for me for today. And hopefully in about 3 hours time I will be in Harold Wood. Let's crack on. Right, literally a couple of 100 meters to go till I get to Upminster Bridge. So in conclusion, section 23 was incredibly scenic, literally no traffic at all, cut through the parks mostly, so yeah, it was quite nice. I'm looking forward to finishing this section and starting section 22. Let's crack on. Okay, we just made it to Upminster Bridge. So that is section 23 is completed. I've taken a short break and I am heading on that direction to start section 22. Let's go. Okay, walking down some nice quiet suburban streets. I feel like the next section is going to be pretty straightforward. It's about 7k and I'm literally following some quiet roads all the way up to Harold Wood, and then yeah, we're just going to take it easy from there really. Yeah, so far it's been a good walk. I guess the first section, the one by the river, was a bit eerie and, you know, yeah, it's not something I'm used to, whereas walking down quiet streets like this is something I'm used to doing all the time. So yeah, we're going to crack on and yeah, it is what it is. I accidentally took a wrong turn earlier, which meant I was walking in the wrong direction for about 5 minutes. Then I was able to turn around and reroute, so I've wasted about 10 minutes, but we are kind of on the last stretch now. I'm walking through this lovely open field behind me. It is absolutely beautiful. The sun's gone down a bit. That means I've got plenty of the heat's gone down, plenty of light left, and I can sort of walk very relaxingly, chill for the next hour or so, and then it would be the end of this walk. So let's crack on. Now I'm walking through a wooded area. I'm so glad that I bought my GPS plan route, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to find this path through this foresty area. Oh well, here we are. Very similar to the section in Enfield actually, because I've walked that part before years ago, and this route reminds me of that near Trent Park and Chingford. Quite nice actually. So we come up to a bridge, it's broken, so we need to cross this very carefully. I feel like I need to just put one foot there, hold on to these trees. I might have to report this to whoever's in charge of the London Loop, so that way they can fix it. Oh, another tree's fallen. We should be able to duck through this tree. Whee! This is another reason why I wear long sleeves even in summer. These are very thin long sleeves, because there's thorns and all sorts of bushes you've got to walk. Okay guys, so for the last 45 minutes I was walking alongside a busy A road, B roads, motorways. I couldn't really film much because it was way too loud. I have finally entered some woods. It's called Pages Woods, and this woods pretty much will lead me all the way to Harrow Wood. So I'm gonna carry on walking, take this path. I am feeling a bit tired now, and I think this is the perfect time for me to sort of conclude what we've achieved so far. So the goal I set myself was to walk all 24 sections of the London Loop in 10 days, not consecutive days, because I don't think I'll be able to walk a day after the other, because I've got so much stuff to do over the holidays. So I'm doing it alternative days. So I'm doing one today, I'm doing one in 2 days time, doing another one in 3 days time. So I'm sort of giving myself a bit of break in between though. But section 24 from Purfleet to Rainham Marshes, that was amazing. Section 23 from Rainham to Upminster Bridge was also quite beautiful. This has been the section where I've been walking alongside most roads, so it's not the perfect one, but it's still relaxing. I feel like now I've come to the last 3 or 4k of the section. It is calm, it's quiet, I'm just gonna get on with it really. So yeah, that's the plan. In Troy hiking fashion, I will be ending this hike with a couple of beers. So when I get to Harrow Wood, hopefully I'll find myself a couple of nice beers or a decent pub, sit there, end my hike, and then make my way home. So I can go home and edit this and put it all together, I guess. So yeah, that's the plan. So let's go. So I've just discovered there's a wetland trail at Pages Wood. In fact, there's such a lovely wood. This reminds me a lot of Tottenham Marshes and Walthamstow wetlands. So we'll definitely have to come and have a look at this place properly soon. I've just looked at my planned route and looks like I've got just under 2k left till I get to Harrow Wood. So far, you know what? It's been a really good hike actually. I'm surprised I did 3 sections today, because the original plan was to do 2 sections and complete the whole London Loop in 12 days. But I just thought, you know, some sections are quite smaller than the others, like the third one I'm doing today, like section 22. So it worked out quite well. all I've got to do now is to walk to the end of Pages Wood, get into Harrow Wood and go to the high street and find myself the train station. So yeah, let's crack on with it. Another half an hour of walking and maybe an hour to get home afterwards, I guess. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay, the last 750 meters to go till I end the hike. It's been a long day. I started the day off at 9:30 in the morning, 9. By the time I get to Purfleet, it was about 11:15. It's about 4 o'clock now, so yeah, good 5 to 6 hours I've been out and about. Yeah, overall, a really good route to take. Thoroughly enjoyed it. There were a few eerie and scary bits though, but that's part of, I guess, exploring any new place, really. So that's that. Now, I'm literally coming out of Wood Park. Then it's going to be main road, which will lead me to the train station. So yeah, let's get home. Alright, we've finally made it to Harrow Wood. The walk is officially done. I'm gonna go grab myself a beer and get home. That's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you on the next one in about 3 days.
Next station, Gideon Park.
I had to really rush when I got to Harrow Wood because my train was literally like 3 minutes away, so I couldn't really do a outro, should I say. So today's hike was really good. Had a great time. Spent about 5 hours exploring parts of London that I've never been to before. Successful hike. Took me about 6 hours to complete. Without the journey times, it would be about 7 a bit hours by the time I get home. Overall, a good one. I'm looking forward to the next 2 sections I'm doing, which would be from Harrow Wood to Chigwell, then to Chingford afterwards. So yeah, I'm going to drink to that. Cheers, guys. See you on the next one. Bye bye.